The iBranch HR show is proudly sponsored by Absa Bank Botswana. At Absa, we believe in helping you find ways to get things done. We call this Africanacity.
All right, welcome to the iBranch Connect. Comes your way every Wednesday. And let me say, Miss Kuzi, for bringing it a few minutes late. Hey, Joey.
Yo, DJ Govea.
Mr. Badubi Jr.
How you doing?
I can have no retire the remote office. I don't know MC Joey.
Retire it.
Or Rebadubi.
Yeah, Rebadubi, the mayor of my thing. The
mayor of my thing. Why not? Can't you go again, man?
Hala, the PY.
The mayor of PY.
Yeah.
Can I not become a councillor? The councillor of PY.
I can't also do whenever I know you pay my lava say you are my. Keep for the movie, mayor.
What am I late? All right, my boy, let's get to it, man. Welcome to the Tech Shop. Welcome to iBranch Connect. It is your time now, shine boy.
All right, thank you so much, Govea. My name is Joey Badubi Jr., as DJ Govea has already mentioned, and let me officially welcome you to the iBranch Connect, a business and HR segment that is part of the Absa Youth Hub. So, the segment is brought to you by iBranch Recruiters in conjunction with Absa Botswana. You know, man, that Absa is the best bank in the country and in the continent. The only bank that you wouldn't hear cancer or system down in Kano. And I want about to balagadi charge what the horrible. And Papahela, it's common knowledge by now that Absa is putting in a huge hand to curb unemployment in Botswana. That is why it saw it fit to collaborate with iBranch Recruiters for the Youth Hub, an initiative or platform dedicated to building capacity as well as upskill the vulnerable youth group against high unemployment rate in Botswana. Since the inception of iBranch in 2018, we have successfully aided over 2,000 Botswana to employment acquisition and successfully trained over 300 Botswana through our existing career development program. Today, we are joined by Me Upi Bilichukuma, who is the head of learning, leadership, and talent. Tako Absa Bank Botswana ka kwa gore atle a re hemaele mo go tsa go batla tiro yalo le mo go tsa interview tips hela yalo. Me Upi Bilichukuma, welcome to the show.
Good morning, Joey, and good morning, everyone. And thank you very much, Joey, for that introduction.
Emma, can you please introduce yourself and tell us what is it that you actually do at Absa Bank Botswana, ma'am?
Okay, thank you very much, Joey. I think you've already said my name is Upi Bilichikumba. My role is head of leadership, learning and talent in Absa. So what does that mean? It just simply means that I am responsible for ensuring colleagues have the right skills at the right time to execute on their roles. That will be the aspect under learning, but also to ensure we have the right succession bench strength in order for the organization to remain competitive and sustainable in the future.
Mm-hmm. So, yes, Mechikumba, what are some of the main competencies and skills we need to have in today's workplace?
So, Joey, yesterday I had a chat with some of the grads as I was doing a presentation. And what we were reflecting on was, the future is unknown at the present moment. And of course, no one can really know what's going to come in the future. So the future is changing very rapidly. We are indeed in a VUCA world. And such things as the COVID-19, the fourth and now the fifth industrial revolution have had a massive impact in the way the future is shaping up. So my advice to anyone is not to dwell on growing for a specific role, because we don't understand what the roles are going to be, but to start thinking about future competencies that you can apply in any role as you drive your own career in any organization, even if you are hustling, these are some of the competencies that you would need to drive your hustle. So there are a wide varieties of future skills that people need to develop. It just depends on what research that you are doing, but there are some commonalities. So let me just share a little bit, Joey, in terms of some of the research that have come up with some of the competencies that we need for the future. According to Deloitte, such skills such as workforce readiness are what we need, soft skills, technical skills, entrepreneurship skills. According to Harvard, and Harvard is a university, they do a lot of research, analytical thinking and innovation is at the top, active learning and learning strategies, creativity, originality, initiative, technology design and programming, critical thinking and analysis, complex problem solving, leadership and social influence, emotional intelligence, reasoning and problem solving, system analysis and evaluation. And according to McKinsey, they all agree with all the stuff that Harvard have said, but they also say that you need to build adaptability and resilience, which is quite key, because if you are going into the unknown, adaptability and flexibility and also resilience is that skill that you really require. And then other people have said, you need to self-manage properly, you need computer skills, open-mindedness, a strong work ethic. But let me just, Joey, let me share with you the top skills that I think graduates and aspiring professionals need. These are my top 6 key skills. And of course, I'm not saying that you don't need to develop others, but for me, these are basics that you need. First of all, you need to be very positive. Positivity is a first in my book. And then I believe that every one of us needs to be self-aware and have high emotional intelligence. So self-awareness is very key. You can't walk into an organization without self-awareness and have to work with other people. So interpersonal skills, how you show up, how you relate with other people will drive you where you need to go. And then your ability to learn, unlearn, and relearn talks to the adaptability and the resilience that you need to have, but also your personal drive as well as personal development. The fourth one for me is digital savviness or affinity. So it's very important that as you grow in the organization for your own skills, you have the right digital savviness. And then the fifth one is analytical thinking. And then the last one for me is critical and decision making. So these are very essential to start building on one's brand. So you want to be able to say, when you leave a room, what do you want people to say about you? So how do you show up in the workplace? But also being cognizant of the fact that at the moment we have 4 generations in the workplace. This is so impactful because 4 generations are at the workplace at the moment. So you've got baby boomers, you've got Generation X, you've got millennials, then you've got Generation Z. Generation Z is upcoming, new in the market. It's new in the market. So these are very young people that are entering the market. And some of the things that I'm talking about are things that are really important for Generation Z.
All right, just hold on for me. Just hold on for me. Joey, looks like we lost Joey there. Just continue explaining, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, dear.
So you want to be able to say, what are you learning from everyone around you? So it's very important because if you're looking at, if you are a Generation Z and you are looking at learning from a baby boomer, there is so much to learn because I've spoken about how do you unlearn and relearn. So everyone that you meet, you have to have that open-mindedness that everyone will teach you something. So everyone in the organization has got a part in building you or building your brand for the future. So it's very important how you interact and interconnect with everybody in the workplace. So it's very important to get the best out of everyone. It's very important to get the best out of everyone. I'm hearing myself speak. Can you hear me?
Hi, Joey.
Like to ask you.
Oh, you are back.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Papa.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi, Joey, go ahead.
Yes. What are the? Can you please mention like maybe three points that most of the people are less competent on around the workplace, like the common ones, like the most common ones.
I didn't get that, Joey. Please repeat.
Can you please mention three things or kind of three practices that workers are less competent on, the most common ones?
Okay, so I think one of the biggest things, and it's one of the top six key skills for me, is self-awareness and emotional intelligence. So, Joey, you would appreciate that, going to school, getting your degree will get you, the right foot in the organization. But being self-aware and having the right kind of emotional intelligence will propel you to where you need to go. So I think this is the biggest ability that a lot of workers might actually find themselves not having. So this is something that as a worker, as a graduate, as an aspiring professional, you need to build. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, so Upi, what are, moving forward, what are some of the issues one should consider when reflecting on a career?
On a career. So, I mentioned that yesterday I had a presentation with some grad, and we reflected on the sentence, Joey. The sentence was just one word that we put together, but it's just not one word. But listen to what the sentence is about. It's opportunity is nowhere. So opportunity is nowhere. You can read it as opportunity is nowhere, but you can also read it as opportunity is now here. So the mindset is very important when you reflect on your career to say, be open in terms of what you get out there. Because you have, a certain amount of education, a degree, you can then be paralyzed because you're only thinking in one mindset of getting hired, and specifically getting hired for the studies that you have undertaken. But you can decide as a youngster to explore other possibilities. I always say that a degree, like I said, will get you in the door, but attitude and willingness will get you spaces. So I think it's very important to actually reflect on that. Mindset is an important part of a career. It is important to also understand that careers are not vertical, Joey. So the way we've always thought in our minds as we went into organization, we always thought, I'm going to climb up the ladder. This is where I'm going to be, the direction that I'm going to take. But careers are not like that. They don't work in vertical. They are actually, like Sheryl Sandberg says, they are actually jungle gyms, not ladders. So you can go back, you can go forward, you can go down, but it's about being intentional about what you need to be doing. So jungle gyms are not, they work like cobwebs with points in every direction. So back and forth. So you ought to start thinking about my career may not be vertical, but to get where I want to be in terms of my career goals, being intentional, I need sometimes to go back, to go forward, but to also build the right breadth and depth that I will need to propel me to where I need to go.
Awesome. Upi, let me, please don't go anyway. I will, just hold on. I will ask the DJ Govea to pay our bills for us, and then we wrap up when you come back, okay?
Okay, fantastic. Thank you.
DJ?
Gridlock traffic? It's an everyday situation in Gaborone. Bumper to bumper, no one moving, everyone's late. While most are annoyed, others see an opportunity to sell cool drinks and ice pops to a captive audience. Botswana, At ABSA Group, we call this spirit Africanacity. Africanacity is our inspiration behind who we are and what we do. It's our commitment to helping people find a way to get things done. We love Africanacity. To find out more, visit absa.co.bw.
The iBranch HR show is proudly sponsored by Absa Bank Botswana. At Absa, we believe in helping you find ways to get things done. We call this Africanacity.
All right, Joey, welcome back, my brother. Sum it up for us, mate.
Awesome. As I mentioned at the beginning of the show, today we are joined by Me Upibili Chikumba, the head of talent, leadership, and learning, Go Absa Bank Botswana. So I believe that she's still on the line with us. Me Chikumba, let me take you backwards a little bit. Before people get a job, like they undergo interviews and all that, and the interview process is a very integral part of job acquisition and all that. Can you please share a few tips on how to prepare for an interview in today's environment, and what can one expect when called for an interview? Just a few tips, Hela.
So Joey, I think that's a really pertinent question, and a lot of us need to be reflecting, because the way we approach interviews is very differently for now. First of all, what has happened with COVID is that most of us, from a workplace perspective, we've moved into virtual and online recruitment or acquisition platforms. So you find that we don't call you now for a face-to-face interview, but most companies are going that way anyway. Even if, the situation with COVID abates, we will still see the situations going forward instead of backwards. So we've got like 3 types of interviews at the moment. The online interview. So a live video where you've got a virtual, you are using MS Teams, you are, actually facing your recruiters on the other end through your own video, and they're able to see you and they're asking you questions. So that's number one. The other one is pre-recorded video, which is one way. So you are sent a brief, and then you are asked to, you go onto a platform, or then you are asked to do selfies and then talk about some of the questions and then answer the questions. Then you send this to the recruiters. The last one would be a video CD where you are given a brief and then you are asked to record yourself. Then you upload on Box or some, whatever platforms the organization uses. So this is what you need to be prepared for right now. You are no longer going to have people sitting in a room and a panel of people as you are talking to them face to face. These are some of the ways in which we interview. So now, Joe, when you go back to the types of interviews as well, they've also, changed. When you go for an interview, you would probably go through a psychometric assessment. So you are sent a link and you are able to then answer questions, numerical, cognitive assessments, and so forth and so forth. So these types of assessments are meant to bring out, who you are and benefit the organization without the organization meeting you. But you also are able to demonstrate your strengths through this kind of interview. So those are psychometric assessments. But we also use what we call assessment centers, where we've got a battery of assessments, and usually this is one that we use for graduates as well, where we want to try and find out what is this graduate 360 degrees. So you have individual presentations, role plays, in-tray exercises, structured interviews, and psychometric assessments. But I think it's very important to just reflect with everybody that's listening that we are now virtual recruiting. It's the new normal. And then we are also using online interviews.
Oh, okay. Well, time is the enemy now. I believe that we should do this once again next time. Me Upibili Chikuma. Remember, Me Upibili Chikuma holds various professional qualifications, including BA Humanities from the University of Botswana, postgraduate diploma in education, as well as an MBA, so she knows what she is talking about. So where can the listeners get hold of you for such information? Maybe can you share suggestions for books or websites where one can learn more about this topics that we just discussed today?
Thanks, Joey. I think that's a really nice way of wrapping up to say, now that we've talked about competencies, we've talked about preparation for careers, where do you get all this? So we are aware that, sometimes people don't have the money to go and purchase, courses. But on the internet, there is what we call MOOCs. MOOC stands for Massively Open Online Courses. These are free courses that are available to everybody. So I'll just mention just a few platforms for everybody that's listening to take up. So we've got a platform called Allison. You will find everything that you need there. Udacity, LinkedIn, Coursera, EDX, Khan Academy, and Udemy. But also from an APSA perspective, we've got free access to Ready to Work. We prepare people that, especially youngsters that want to start a career. So we've got Ready to Work material, and I think it's important to just note that you can access this at https://readytowork.apsa.africa. So everybody that's listening can have access free that can prepare you and be able to take you through some of the things that we've talked about today.
Ms. Upi, thank you so much. Me Upi Bilichikumba from Absa Bank Botswana. Remember, also you can also access Ready to Work. Kako iBranch recruiters. Okareleza mohaleng wa 77374130, 77374130. Kana you can also reach us through our website at www.ibranchrecruiters.com. www.ibranchrecruiters.com. You can also enroll into the Youth Hub training that improves your job seeking skills. Remember, the first 3,800 people would be free of charge. Contact us again at Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, everywhere. Like Absa Botswana for making it possible. Africanacity. DJ, why you say Africanacity? Thank you so much, Mechikumba. Thank you so much, listeners. Thank you so much, DJ Govea. Ciao.
Thanks.
Talk Shop. Weekdays, 9 to 12 noon.